Hey everybody, welcome back to another drawing tutorial. We got Dragon Ball today. Father-son Kamehameha. So Gohan, Super Saiyan 2, and Goku, he's sort of normal Super Saiyan, regular Super Saiyan 1. And they're both doing the Kamehameha together. So I'm on landscape orientation page. You should use a pencil for this, to erase any mistakes. It'll be way easier on you. And hit pause when I move my hand, or if I go too fast, just hit pause at a certain section and try your best to get it as accurate as you can. So, two heads, right? One there, one up here. So Gohan is like down here, Goku behind him. So we're going to start with Gohan right down here in the bottom third, and we're going to start with the eyebrow in the middle of the Dragon Ball characters' heads. You know, the sort of W frown sort of thing. This sort of thing just here. Like a W there. And then the eyebrow is going to come out from that, so you just do like a tick going this way, okay? Up and around. Down that pointy side then. Okay? And then it's square on the end, and then it curves back down the other side, and it gets slightly skinnier as we go down, like so, and then sort of curves up into here. And we might have like a frown line or something just there as well, because they're both like stressed out and like, you know, screaming and stuff. And then the eyebrow on the other side, so same tick up and around, and it kind of goes under hair here, but we'll finish it anyway, and we won't worry too much. So we'll go to about there with it, okay? And then square on the end, and then we bring it sort of back around, and then down, and it gets skinnier as we go down and curves around into there. And you could have those lines, you know, at the edge of the eyebrow, kind of like that. And don't worry if they're not exactly the same, you know. And especially on this one, because his piece of hair comes over here, so you're not going to see like this section of his eyebrow. So his fringe comes over it. So the eyes are real big, they're stressed out. So we have a line there, and then a bigger, longer line there, coming down from the other side of the eyebrow. And then we're going to connect these across with a line with a slight curve, just there. And then his iris inside. Like so. Other one, pretty much the same thing. Line there. Big line here. And then we connect them with a curved line like so. And then his iris in here, like that. We've got some frown lines up here, and maybe like he's got like a cut or something, or a bang or something in the middle of his forehead. So there's like scratch marks and stuff all in there. So you can do that if you want or not. It's not essential. So then his nose, just real small Dragon Ball characters' noses, you just do a letter L, like that. And then it's got like a diamond on the side, so it kind of comes down like so, down to there, and then back up to the L, like that kind of thing. And then he has some wrinkle lines just on the side, and maybe like coming across his nose somewhere there. So the mouth, real close to the nose, curves underneath, like so. So it looks really weird, looks like he's a tiny mouth. But then we're going to make it bigger by curving down the sides. And then bring it down like so. Right by the teeth. Down and around. So real big open mouth, So like if you're wondering how far to come down with the mouth, so like the top lip to the bottom lip is about the same as the top lip to the top of his eyebrows there. See that? This sort of distance. Right, from the top of his eyebrow to his mouth and maybe his nose there. See that line? Is about the same as the top lip to the bottom lip. So then in there we got like teeth and stuff. So just coming across, we do a little bump there, and then we'll like bring it down and across over to the other side, like that. And then we've teeth and tongue down here. So bump at the back for the back teeth, because we can see like right back to the back of his throat, and then we're gonna like bump down on the sides like that. So it can be a bumpy line because there's teeth there, and then the front teeth just come around like that. And then we gotta add lines for the teeth, so like stuff like this, you know. Kind of like that. And then the back of his tongue, just here, bump line. Like so. And then the back of his throat, in there. And you can color in here black. Okay, just like his chin, just here, real close again because his mouth is open. Just comes up like that, and he might have like a shadow line or something just there on his bottom lip. And we have the cheek marks that Dragon Ball characters have on their cheeks. And yeah, okay, so we can do his jaw then. So we'll go up the jaw, both sides. So you want to stop like just underneath the edge of his eye there. See that? You don't want to go much further than that. Don't go like out further that way. You want to stop like just under his eye, the edge of his eye here. And then you want to change direction and go up the side of his face. And then in Dragon Ball characters, the ears come out of this line. So curves around the top like that, curves around the top like that. I know it looks weird, but it'll come together. And comes down like so, and then down to the earlobe. So real big ears as well in Dragon Ball characters. And the earlobe on this side, down there. So we're about mouth level now. We're about the middle of his mouth with the ears. Then in there we have bones and ligaments, and the easiest way is a letter J. That's the easy way. Like a little T or J. And then you can make it more complicated. So you can like add some lines in here. There's no rule with ears really. You just sort of add more lines. Like if you look in a mirror, you can see or even feel your own ear. You know, all these bumps and stuff like that. Like that kind of thing. Not many people look at the ears, so don't worry about it too much. So then his hairline. So we've a sideburn right beside his eyebrows, and then it is going to go up like so. Kind of sticks, there's a little point in the sideburn, and then it goes up like that. And he's got some lines just here, and some lines here, and I'm going to add just like a few stress lines just around his eyes, because Gohan has been like fighting Cell, so he's like stressed out. So then the hairline goes diagonal this way, and then comes across a little bit. It can be a broken line. It doesn't have to be like a full connected line, just because it's a hairline kind of, or it can be full. Doesn't really matter. So then that piece of fringe that he has coming down when he's in Super Saiyan 2, so it just sticks up here, comes across, and then we're going to bring it the whole way down to like right underneath his ear, okay, down there. So we're going to just go to there. And then the other side, so it comes down like so. And then we have some lines for his hair, like, you know, hair lines just in here. Like that. And then we erase all this stuff. Okay, so hair time. So big spiky Super Saiyan 2 hair. So we're going to start over at his ear. And we'll go one spike at a time. So spike out there. Spike and here. And we're going for this sort of candle flame shape. You know, so it kind of goes out and then in. So we're going up like this. There, and then the next one is much longer to there. And like if you're wondering how high up the spikes are, we'd probably be able to fit 2 heads nearly. So like his whole head would like go in once and then maybe not fully twice. So maybe half of his head. So like chin to eyes. So to go once, twice, nearly. Yeah. So like just not his like forehead. So whatever the size of his eyes to his chin is, or his eyebrows maybe, you'd fit 2 of them inside his hair. So like the top spike is like here somewhere. So you go from the hairline here, so like this. 1, 2. Yeah, that's accurate. So if you had chin to eyebrow, whatever that distance is, 1, 2. And that's how high up we're going to go, okay? So let's go for it. To there. And then we bring it back down. And the next one goes up like so. Back down into here. And then, so this one, I'd say there, yeah. And then we'll go down like so. Another one spiking like that way. And then another one here comes down. These 3 sort of going that way, and then we've 1, 2, 3, and then this one comes down real far like that, and then the other side comes right down into his forehead. And then we've 1 beside that. And then it comes down to there. And then we've 1 like in between. So it like goes, so it like comes down into there. And then the other section there. And then we have another spike here. There, and then it goes down into his ear, and then we stick out this way, back down, and 1 or 2 smaller ones down here. So he's in, like, this is like a layer that comes across the front as well. So there's like 1, 2 just coming across here as well, like part of his fringe or like spikes that stick up. So that goes up, and then we'll curve it, this way, back down, and then this one like so, back down, and then we've all the hairlines all over them. So you just have to like add some hair texture lines, just following the shape of the hair like that. You just got to do that all over. So like each spike will have some texture lines, okay? Okay, so body, right? So we can only see like top of his shoulders, bit of his chest, and then he's like has one hand out doing a Kamehameha. So we have like ripped and torn, like bandana sort of shirt kind of thing, just coming across, goes all the way sort of down like this, across his chest, right? And then it kind of goes around his back and sticks out with some rips and tears just here. Goes down and off my page there. So it's like a, what would you call it? Like, it's just like his top, with like this side is ripped. And then just this comes up to his armpit. And then his chest muscle is in here and his arm is in here. So the chest muscle curves down like so, into there. So that's his armpit. And you have like an ab area with a couple of just ab lines there. And then his collarbone comes down from his ear, comes across under his jaw, down to there, up the other side, up under his jaw on that side. And then in here you might have some neck muscle lines. This kind of thing. Maybe something there and there. And then the center of his chest comes down from your clavicle, the center right there. So you just draw a line like that. And then his nipple, just here. And then a line for the side of his chest where it meets his shoulder, just there like that. So this shoulder then comes out from his hair, curves down like so. And then we have the other side of the shoulder just there. And then his bicep down there, kind of bends into his forearm. And then his tricep on the other side, like so. Maybe a line just there in the center. Might be like a shoulder line, two just there. And then his forearm comes out like this, comes out like that on the other side. And this will go into his chest actually, just up here, his bicep line. It just kind of joins together. And then, so his wristband curves around here. And this is all like scraggly and ripped and torn as well. So you don't really need to be too precious about it. Just like scratched and some lines just to show that it's fabric, just there. And his hand is put out here, so I can't really see much of it, but it's like, we can just see like a finger just here, because it's like pushed way back, so there's not a lot of detail. So like fingernail, knuckle line, stuff like this. Can't really see much. So the rest of his clothes, right, it's all ripped and torn going up around to his other shoulder. So it kind of comes out from his hair. We'll do the rest of the rips and the tears and stuff. So like spikes, comes down his hair. So you don't have to do this exactly like me. You just got to get it sort of ripped and torn, like that kind of thing. And then we'll bring it back around, so that's like his shoulder, and then we tears and stuff down like so, around his armpit, coming around his shoulder now, and then down this way, across his body, following the line we did earlier. comes down this way, down like so. And then we'll just add a few detail lines just inside here. Some tears, stuff like that. That kind of thing. You don't need too much detail. Right, so his hand, so he's doing a big Kamehameha, right? So we'll do the big hand and we'll join it up to his shoulder. So it's about the size of his face, right? So the top of his index finger is just about here, right? So it's like right across from his eyes, just there. And then his thumb is like right down here, diagonal, right? So yeah, so the thumb is like down here, right down at his body, just down here. The rest of his body goes off that way. So what do we do? So we'll start with the thumb. So index, that's how high, and that's where his thumb is. So we'll start with the thumb. So it curves around here, and then we go in another line like that, and then this sort of wraps around the side of his hand, and then we bring it up towards the index finger there. And then the side of the index is just here, goes up the side and joins there. So hands are difficult, so really take your time. They're very difficult. They're harder than faces sometimes. So this comes down for his index to there. And then the side of his index like so, and then his fingernail, just like a box inside here. And then like a top knuckle line just there. Maybe some lines underneath for like the muscles of his hands. Lines down here for skin. Maybe a thumbnail just there. So that's like this part, okay, just here on the side. And then we have the bottom of his hand, so like a W just down here, okay, the palm of his hand. It's like a W shape just down at the bottom of his hand. So then the rest of the fingers will come down along here. So curved line in between the index finger and the ring finger, and we go up and across, down like so. Next finger curves around, so they're real big because they're real close to us. So it's like perspective, you know. Perspective is when things look bigger when they're closer, just in case anyone was wondering. It's all in how you look at it, man. It's all about perspective. Some lines across the top. And bottom finger there. And then this curves up, comes across, curves down, like so, and then we give it a nail just there, and then the little finger just down here, right at the bottom of my page. And then some more hand lines, just kind of palm lines just here, coming across his hand, stretching across, pulling like skin, because it is skin. And then there's some more lines just on his hands, just here. So that's the basic idea. That's his hand. Hands are tricky, so pause it there and see if you can figure it out. and like fix mistakes and stuff. So now we'll just join that up to his shoulder, which is in here. So we got a series of curved lines. So we curve it around like so. And there. And then another curved line coming around for his forearm. So everything looks shorter because it's foreshortened. So it's like stumpy looking. Because it's like being pushed towards the camera. Everything looks shorter when it like turns towards where the image is being taken from, or we're looking at it from. So there's some lines, little details like that. Right, so Gohan then, you know, you could add some like scratch marks, stuff, dirt on his face, because he has been put through the ringer. And like, you know, he had all the potential and then didn't suddenly for whatever reason. I guess people didn't want him to stop being Goku, to stop being the main character. I think that's probably what happened. But they were really building up Gohan. I wonder if they'll do anything in Dragon Ball Super with his power. Because if you notice, he hasn't gone Super Saiyan in a long time. Okay, Goku now in the background. So he's up here, smaller head, further away. But we'll start with the eyes as well. His head is kind of a little bit tilted. So, well, I guess this is a little bit tilted, but this one's like just a slightly bit more tilted that way. So we start with the W, just along Goku's hair here. Gohan's hair, sorry. Like here, right up here in this corner. Okay. And then a tick up for his eyebrow. Down the other side, square edge, just like these. And then we go back down, skinnier along the bottom, and curve in. And then we do the same thing on the other side. Like this. Up the other side. So I'm stopping here because I'm going to just draw in the hair spike. It'll be faster than just having to erase. So I'm just going to draw in this hair spike this time instead of erasing it like I did that one. And then the eyebrow comes out the other side. Okay? Just for speed. So then, long line on the side of his eye, just there. Pretty much the same as Gohan's. Join him across like a box, and then his iris inside here. And then cross again, small there. We can't see the big line on this side, and then we go iris there. And then we have some like brow lines just coming across, maybe one up the middle there. Like that. Nose is an L with a diamond around it. Like so. Some wrinkle lines, you know, because he's screaming as well as in the same way as Gohan, and then cheek marks. Those sort of cheek marks that Dragon Ball characters have. And his mouth right close to the nose. So it comes across. Same sort of thing, give him a tiny little weird mouth. And then we make it bigger. Like so. And as well, if you're wondering how far to come down, it's about the same distance. So the mouth to his bottom lip line, you know, the top lip to the bottom lip is about the same as the top lip to like his eyebrows there. See that? To the top of his eye, or the eyebrows there. That's how big you want to make it. And then teeth, same as we did over the other side. Teeth along the top first. And then bottom teeth. Curves around like a kind of a letter U. Just around the side. And then you add some like lines coming across in there. And then his tongue. Kind of see his throat in the background. Just colour that in black. And then his chin. So just down here. Like so. Okay, so jaw up the side. Stop at about like top teeth, throat level, and just underneath the edge of his eyebrow. And then we go same thing on that side. Kind of teeth level, and then change direction and go up into here. And same on this side. So Goku has like a bit more fringe going on in this one, so than Gohan. So there's like a hair spike here coming down like so, and pretty similar on this side, up and down to there. And then sort of bring it down to the other side, just down there. And then another one across the top, just there. And then the bottom of that, so it goes up and down to there. And then we have like another sort of little hairline just coming along here, with some hair underneath and some hair underneath here, like so. Right, so ears, big ears, just in here, all the way down to mouth level for the lobe. Other one here. Like so, and then bones and ligaments inside his ear. Like so. That kind of thing to start, and then detail it up. Just add some lines. So Goku's hair, so kind of the same as Gohan's pretty much. So we just started his ear, and we will do a little spike out here, and it goes up behind Gohan's hair here, down like so. Same on this side pretty much. We might as well keep it a little bit symmetrical, so like one coming out here, big one, maybe a smaller one just there, and then we'll go up and around. So I couldn't fit in all of Goku's hair, just so you know. I cut it off. It was either get Gohan's hand in or all of Goku's hair in, and I chose this hand because it's probably a bit more important than the rest. So like so, and then up into there, down like so. Another one coming up and across there, and then she'll come back down and across to there. Bigger one in the center, back in, down like so. And then we'll go up and off the page that way, down into there. That, and then up into there, like so. So these are like all the hairlines and stuff. There's like another spike back here actually, goes up in behind. Maybe there. texture lines. Okay, so that's Goku really. So his hand kind of mirrors Gohan's. It's like it's right behind it, right? So we're just going to do it here. So we're going to do an index finger just like this behind here, okay? Okay, so this shape here, and then that finger kind of comes down like so. Okay, and then fingernail like that. So I think it's the best way to start because it's pretty much a mirror image. So then we just copy what's here and try and put it behind. Curve around for the middle finger. So you're just looking for the general shapes. It should be a little bit smaller, you know, because it's further away. Like so, and then curve to the ring finger, same sort of thing. Comes down. That just in behind this finger, back up the other side. Oh, forgot to knuckle line that one. Some skin just down here. And fingernail. Palm of the hand, like this sort of thing, kind of a bump, and then his thumb will go in behind Gohan's hand there, and we can add just like a couple of skin lines, palm of the hand lines, you know, on Goku's hand, just coming across like this kind of thing. And then we go across like that, back down to there. For his little finger, just goes behind Gohan's, curve lines like that. And then some knuckle lines here. And that's Goku's hand. So then we're going to connect this up to his shoulder, right? So we're drawing the shoulder first. So his shoulder, right up here. So like up along here, this spikes out there, down like that. And then like this. So this is his clothing sort of area, you know, his like shoulder pad. And this comes down to there. That. And this is the blue part of his shirt, okay? And that sort of goes down around his shoulder and comes around like so. So then there's all muscles going from the back of his hand up to here, and we have his wristband just coming across this way. So that comes down behind his fingers, down into his little finger just down here. And there's like a full line there and here. Muscle, forearm, other side of the forearm here. Tricep up this way, bicep on the other side, along here. Kind of goes into his shirt there somewhere. And then the tricep has a couple of minor muscles just here. And then the shoulder curves like that. And another shoulder curve. And then, so like anatomy inside here. So the bicep will come along like a box, kind of down like that. And then come down the side there. And into the forearm. And then the forearm will be like a W or letter M sort of shape here. Like that kind of. And then this comes down. Forearm lines just there. And maybe like another line or two for the shoulder as well. And another one here. Okay, that's the most anatomy I think I will do. And then we just finish his clothing inside here, okay? So front of his chest comes across up to there, comes along behind Gohan's hair, and then his trapezius just there. And then we have the top of his chest, just like so. And kind of bumps across to there as well. And then might have more anatomy in there. Neck muscle lines. There. Another neck muscle line there and there. And then more fold lines and clothing lines just in here. So the orange part of his kimono or costume, whatever you'd like to call it, is just there. So this is blue, this is orange. And then we have some fold lines and some lines just there on the side and come out that way, down that way, and up there. And then like some down here, and like in behind Gohan's hair, like we've maybe like the start of his other arm, so like part of his sleeve, like so, to there. Like that. So just sort of in general kind of fold lines like that, okay? And then his, is it his leg? No, his hip. Like that. And then his leg kind of goes off down that way. And there's like some fold lines here. And maybe like the starts of his other arm, or like his wristband just comes down there somewhere. Goku's hand, but they're just, you can't really make it out. It's just like general lines for his wrist and stuff there. You could leave that bit out if you wanted. Okay, long video, complicated drawing. I hope it was helpful and well done to anyone who was able to do that. So hope it was helpful. Smash like, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.